Ohio State controls the tip. Into the hands of Ricky Harris it goes, and here comes number 2, the Buckeyes.
Iowa in the man-to-man defense. Going to gap it, try to take away driving lanes.
Cody McMahon with the first shot. It's off. She's getting the rebound and putting it back up in the hands of Taylor Theory.
Immediately, Ohio State in that full court press.
We'll expect to see this press all night from Ohio State after a made basket. The Iowa starting 5, it's going to look a little bit different. Molly Davis in the starting lineup. McKenna Warnock was injured in the Michigan State game. She's unavailable today. They go inside to Czinano. Off on the layup and into the hands of Ohio State.
That's the matchup that I'm looking forward to inside. Czinano going against Monika.
Ricky Harris finishing through contact.
Okay, I've seen the big girls give the too small sign. Ricky Harris did that from the guard position.
Okay. Look, she plays 1, 2, 3, and 4 for Ohio State.
She does it all.
Cody McMahon, the 1-2 short on the shot in the hands of Caitlin Clark. Lisa Bluter gathered her team up at shoot-around. They sat in a circle, and she said, look, we have the chance to take down the number 2 team on their home floor. How fun is that?
Did you see how excited the team got when she said they were like ready? You looked at me, you were like, I'm ready.
Yeah, she said, look, we just have to go out there and be us. That's how we can get it done tonight. Molly Davis lost it. They'll swing it over to Gabbie Marshall in the corner. Rebecca Mikulashikova, and it's a travel. Kevin McGuff, he didn't put together an easy schedule. They started the season against Tennessee, and he said, look, we're going to try to go a little more physical, put some younger players in there, and guess what? It's worked for the last 19 games.
Oh, I got a freshman in Cody McMahon, and then Taylor Theory, the sophomore, saw the athleticism and the advantage they had.
You can count the bucket for McMahon.
That athleticism, that's what has brought Cody McMahon in the starting lineup. She's so strong. And she said, that's just how I've been trained, and that's now become her habit.
She completes the 3-point play. And as long as Ohio State is scoring, you're going to see that pressure.
And having Taylor Theory at the top. And what's impressive to me is how Ohio State can play this way and do it for 40 minutes.
The kick out to McMahon for the deep ball, bounces out, and the rebound by Caitlin Clark. Clark just 1 shot attempt early in this game, driving and kicking to her counterpart, Monika Czinano. McMahon down low, she's double teamed, turns into the double team and finishes through contact.
Offense is really right now running through Cody McMahon.
Kevin McGuff told us Cody McMahon, Taylor Theory, they got in the starting lineup because they needed some physicality to start the season against Tennessee, and they've stayed there.
We look at how Cody McMahon is built. She's strong. She came in early last season.
Monika Czinano already 4 points, 2 of 3 from the field. That's going to get lost and kicked out of play by Sydney Felter. Ricky Harris to inbound. She does to Mike Sell, who immediately lets it fly. It'll be short, just off the front of the iron. Look at the hustle from McMahon trying to save it, but into the hands of a Fulter. Kate Martin stripped.
Cody McMahon, we talk about how hard she practices. She carries it on to the court.
She'll pull it out, gets the screen from Czinano. Skip pass. And it's swatted away by Ricky Harris, but back to Iowa. Czinano, what a bucket!
Really made a commitment to her fitness. She said a lot of that has to do with her maturity and understanding what she needed to do to be better. Look at her. Really put on muscle, got lean. She's set up. Watch her eyes. She surveys and makes a quick decision of where she needs to get the ball. Now Iowa's in a 2-3 zone, changed up things defensively.
Mikulashikova That's something she's added to her game.
Watch the two bigs inside. This is where the battle is going to be. How high the offense is having to run against this zone.
How does that change the offense?
Well, offensively, you've got to attack off the perimeter, not just settle for threes.
There's the first points for Caitlin Clark.
Let's see. Clark has established herself early in this game. Okay, I'm going to distribute, right? So now nobody's helping off. Yeah, against the zone. That's where you have to get the basketball in that logo Big Ten area.
And finish it! Monika getting herself to the free throw line.
Monika flashed in the middle of the zone again, one-on-one. Nobody's helping.
She fouled out of their last game with 2 minutes left. Monika, look at her development over the years. She's added to her
score in transition as well as knock down those three-point shots.
You know, it helps too if she's hitting shots early. That confidence soars.
100%.
Kate Martin dumping it off to the freshman, Hannah Stolke.
And Stolke's able to come in now and play the middle of the zone.
And a shoemate feeding Rebecca. No foul call, just working her way past Hannah Stolke.
You're going to see some terrific footwork from the postgame of both teams having.
Caitlin Clark! From deep. Nothing new if you've watched her play before.
I was going to say.
That's not even that deep for her.
She shoots 37% from the three-point line.
I'd say the three-point line, too, is a loose term. It's anywhere.
Well,
past that.
36% when she walks in the gym.
Yes, from the moon. So yesterday, too, was a big day for Caitlin Clark. It was her birthday.
You know what I loved about shoot-around? She came over.
Oh, gosh.
She said,
look at her cake.
We're birthday twins.
Yeah, I need to apologize, too, because look at that cake, and then what I got you.
It was fantastic.
It was not the same.
Let me take Bob.
Clark taking her time here. She's got 5 points, 2 rebounds, and already 5 assists. Working to get her a shot a little bit off to the left. Ohio State can take the last shot of the quarter.
Well, I'm surprised that Iowa didn't take a quick shot and go 2 for 1.
Mike still milking it. Here she goes. Coming off the screen from McMahon. The three! Almost off of 1 foot, too. Meixel just heaves it up in the basket.
Fantastic player to watch in the Big Ten.
It's so cool to see what the WNBA is doing, taking notable alumni and putting them back in their universities for a game. She told us, man, I kind of feel a little homesick. I want to play on this floor.
Well, I think she's looking, too, at the record of this Ohio State team.
Very limited turnovers. Iowa only had 2 turnovers. We were wondering because we knew Ohio State was going to press.
Well, Iowa was 100%, 2 for 2 when they break the press and go straight in to score. When they go in the half court, they were 2 for 4.
Just the second miss today from Monika Czinano. She's got 10 points already. And then the answer on the other end, Cody McMahon, the freshman.
She's got to be the leading candidate front runner for Big Ten Freshman of the Year. I think theory was called on that foul. It was the inside hand, that left arm that was making contact, not the block.
Caitlin Clark, she got to 2,000 points almost quicker than anyone. Elena Deladon tied right there in 75 games. Ricky Harris. Rebound by Marshall.
Iowa immediately, and they go in transition. Find number 22.
McMahon's going to push. All by herself, but can't finish the layup. does the same. Back the other way. Around Mikulášová.
I don't know if Ohio State wants this to be an up-and-down game, because when you've got the decision-making of Caitlin Clark in transition, that's really going to make Iowa hard to guard.
It's going to be a held ball.
Okay. Caitlin Clark went over to her bench, wanted the water bottle. They threw a water bottle, and she went to go squirt it in her mouth. It was empty. And she just looked at her, she's like, really?
Guys, come on.
She's working that hard. You got to make sure you give her a water bottle that's got some water in it.
Theory holds the follow through, but it won't drop in. Clark. Got it! She's a beast. Any shot, anytime, anywhere.
And just pulls the trigger and knocks it down.
But she also has 6 assists already.
Total all-around game.
I'm putting this on triple-double watch.
Watch it.
McMahon misses. Ohio State hasn't scored in almost 2.5 minutes.
And if Ohio State doesn't score, they can't get that press set up.
And we've seen Iowa push the basketball, too. They're running down the floor.
They're running off missed shots, any turnovers, any opportunity they have, Iowa's running.
Marshall's going to keep it. Molly Davis up at the top. Back to Marshall. 5 seconds. They're feeding Stolke. The move by Hannah Stolke, the Iowa Gatorade Player of the Year.
And gained more and more confidence throughout the season. Lisa Blutter said she doesn't believe Stolke really understands how good she is.
And one coming for Taylor Theory. Czinano off the floor because that's her second foul. Czinano already with 12 points.
So Ohio State, I think, better served right now to make Iowa play in the half court.
Theory getting her own rebound. Molly Davis coming out with it. Clark way up ahead to Stolke. Running the floor on Rocky Top. Carolyn, I know you'll be there for College Game Day. How exciting.
Oh, it's going to be great. Rebecca, Drea Carter will be there on the desk. So we'll be breaking down Player of the Year candidates, teams that we may think have a shot, but they have got to be able to organize their offense. I think being a little more disciplined on when they're going to shoot it.
5 for 12 from behind the arc are the Hawkeyes. Mikulášová. Oh, wide open Theory, and patiently waiting for the bucket to open up.
You gotta love a good shot fake. Theory just sold it, patient, then gets the easy 2. Look at Stolke last.
Theory bringing it down the floor. Right through the middle of the lane. Higher percentage shot. Up ahead to Marshall. The feed from Caitlin Clark. Ricky Harris. Tough shot. Harris just 2 points. She's 1 for 6. Shot clock still on for Iowa.
Molly Davis going to run the point. When Clark starts without the ball, I got to believe it's coming back to her.
Ricky Harris knows it too. Iowa has outscored Ohio State 18-10 in the second quarter. Clark comes to get it. Time winding down in the half. Czinano. Caitlin Clark knew she was going to be open, and Monika Czinano coming in after sitting with 2 fouls, and now she's got 14 points. Halftime here in Columbus.
Undefeated Ohio State may be in trouble.
What was happening with Ohio State's offense, because they didn't score for the last 3 minutes of the quarter.
Iowa switched to that zone and really clogged up the paint. And Ohio State wasn't able to finish the three. Right away out of the locker room, what does Ohio State do but go inside in the paint?
It's going to be a foul on Molly Davis.
Attacks the basket to finish.
You know, she told us it was her middle school coach, Chris George. He was actually played football, but coached the middle school basketball team, and he's the one that instilled that intensity and toughness in her in middle school.
2 shots.
This third quarter is going to be important. We saw Ohio State right away. They make that adjustment. If they're able to score, that will allow them to get their press set. I believe Ohio State doesn't have to live and die by the three-point line.
Theory bodying her way in for the 2-up off the window.
And I like the no call. Just contact. Both players have equal advantage. And then it's just a matter of whether you can finish or not.
10 points for Theory. She's one of 2 in double figures. McMahon is the other. Got the second. Now Ricky Harris is going to set things up for Ohio State. Thought about the three, instead gives it up to Theory.
I was in a box and one. Caitlin Clark is on Mikolashikova in the paint.
Czinano running the floor and being rewarded. She's got 16.
You see who Caitlin Clark is matched up with at the top. It's a triangle and 2 is what it is.
Theory trying to spin her way through it. She's going to go to the free throw line.
I don't believe Lisa Bluter is worried when she has to go to that young freshman, because Stuckey has a presence inside and really can pick up the tempo and run the floor extremely well for the Hawkeyes.
What did Caitlin Clark tell us about Hannah Stuckey in front of Hannah? She could be the best player ever at Iowa.
When Caitlin Clark tells you that,
Clark with a quick trigger, it bounces out. Cody McMahon to Theory.
Trying to recognize where the openings are going to be, because I was in this triangle and 2.
Clark with the steal. Caitlin Clark with the layup.
As a junior, she brings it.
Theory going up into the free throw line. Well, they're motivated. They were eliminated from the NCAA tournament earlier than expected last year.
And that focus, you know, they don't want that to happen again. They lost on their home floor.
It's Jalen Wilson to number 9, Kansas. Kansas trying to bounce back. Caitlin Clark, it's a 2.
Now, one of the things Ohio State was supposed to do against Iowa is go over the top of those ball screens. You can't go behind when you're guarding Caitlin Clark. The screen on. It's number 22 in black, Clark.
15 points, 8 rebounds. Ohio State trailed for the 6th time this season at the half. Now they've come back to win all 5 of the previous games they've trailed at the half.
That's got to give you a lot of confidence in Ohio State, that you have it in you, but you've got to chip away at this lead by getting stops.
Marshall creating space for herself. She'll get it back, a second chance for Iowa, and then finish. So Fulder
on the floor that can really take charge and settle and calm a team through a storm.
As she's still out with that foot injury, they do expect to get her back this season. Shot is off by Stuckey, but the second chance goes for Sydney O'Fulter.
Stuckey didn't make that first shot.
Press, we haven't seen it in a little while because the offense has struggled to score for the Buckeyes. Shot clock winding down, 8 seconds for Clark. Czinano rolling. And she traveled. Taylor Meisel with the floater. Ohio State's, they turn up the aggression, and now they learn this press. Revamp our
another level. If Ohio State wants to remain unbeaten, you got to bring some nasty, some tenacity inside.
That was Emma Shoemate with the block. Gabbie Marshall can't finish. The scoring drought for over 3 minutes for Iowa. The dump off to Theory. Ohio State rocket. 6-0 run.
Either reading, knowing, or experiencing being around Pat Summitt. Ohio State adjusting the press, going from a diamond, or switching up from a diamond to that 2-2-1, a trap. Sometimes you would go over the screen, so mixing up the way that Ohio State is trying to defend Caitlin Clark. See, here comes a trap.
She gets it free to Davis. Gabbie Marshall, kick to the corner, too much on the shot. Czinano tries to go up for the board, and Ricky Harris is there to tie it up.
The battle that Ohio State is bringing. They are getting on the glass. They're going after every 50-50 ball. See, right now, Iowa has owned the glass. They're plus 11 on Ohio State.
She told us one of the best decisions was to leave high school early and join this team January of last year. It's helped her be able to step right into the starting lineup from day one this season.
I love her intensity. She is aware of what's going on, and she is a competitor.
That's the fourth on Czinano. 14 points in the first half, just 2 here in the second half.
I got to believe she's going to stay on the bench for the rest of this third quarter. And then Lisa Bluder's got to make a decision. If Ohio State's making a run, do you keep her on the bench or do you bring her in?
Solke in trouble. Harris is trying to hustle for it.
This freshman is special. Cody McMahon doesn't give up on a play. And the second jump, the second effort for the offensive rebound, and then the focus in the finish.
I thought you were going to say this freshman is spicy.
I can say that too. That
she is.
Well, that's going to be for the fourth quarter.
Okay, gotcha. 16 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists for Cody McMahon. Iowa had 6 turnovers in the first half. They have 6 turnovers here in the third quarter. And the scoring drop continues. Over 5 minutes without a bucket.
But it's going to be Caitlin Clark time. It has to be. They want to hold on to this lead. There was enough time to get the offensive rebound. Now they get it underneath out of bounds.
Mikesell again, too much. And Iowa's not going to get that bucket off. It does not count.
So blocked the shot, holding her shoe.
Yep, didn't need her. Look at the third quarter here. Ohio State ramping up the defense.
Ohio State has slowed down the manufacturing of three-point shots from Iowa. If you're not going to make threes, you can't let your opponent make threes.
Kate Martin will attempt it, but no. See them get to use the press because they weren't hitting shots.
They figured out, number one, turned up that intensity defensively. That allowed them to score points.
It also helps, too, Monika Czinano for Iowa, who was at 14 points in the first half. She is on the bench with 4 fouls. Molly Davis. There's a 3 that Iowa had been missing.
Cody McMahon was a big difference, too, for that in the third quarter for Ohio State.
And her stat line is impressive. There's McMahon making 18 points now. McMahon not letting Clark get open. She's open now. Caitlin Clark takes her over the 20 mark. She's got 22, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds.
It's Caitlin Clark time.
Oh, McMahon's shot rolls out. Possession arrow stays with the Buckeyes.
Cody McMahon had chased Caitlin Clark off the screen, but you cannot relax when you're guarding number 22 in black. If she's in the gym, she's open. You got to know what she had for breakfast.
Probably a piece of that birthday cake. First one goes. That's where College Game Day is going to be in Knoxville. We'll rematch there. Rick Barnes facing his old team. Kansas and Kentucky cap the night.
Now, Ohio State, they're getting to the free throw line, but they have already missed 6. Now, if you jinxed him.
No, it's definitely not me. That's definitely been said before.
Okay.
Hey, we've got a great ball game here in Columbus. This is such an important game when it comes to the Big Ten. This is the only time that Iowa and Ohio State are going to meet in the regular season. And Buckeyes making a push. Ricky Harris, bury it. Clark had to give herself some room, and man, she can just work.
You can put different size players on her. Taylor Theory with length.
Turns into the double team, looking for some help, finds Harris.
You look at Davis. She only comes up to the shoulders of Miloshikova. See, again, daring Ohio State to make those perimeter shots.
And now they missed 2 in a row. Czinano, you put her back in the game, you go to her. She's going to have to be careful, though, on the defensive end. She's got 4 fouls. And Cody McMahon knows it.
McMahon went right at Czinano. But the experience Clark and Czinano have on the floor, that composure of understanding when and where to put the basketball.
Thrown back into play. Still time. There it is. There's the connection. Right in half court.
We got to look at that again. We have a chance. But from the inbound, though, Clark always knew where Czinano was.
Meixel misses.
Look at the maturity on the Clark that Clark has with Lisa Bluder. Bluder calls a play, and then Caitlin Clark says, okay, I got you. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let me just give it to Czinano. Or a little head nod between Czinano and Clark.
They go through execution and shoot around. And it's one pass. Clark, Czinano.
And it eventually led to an Iowa bucket. Mikulashikova was just whistled for her first foul. Iowa is at 6 of its last 8 shots. Martin by herself. Crushed it. McMahon stomped by Martin. And taken back. Ebony Walker. They've beaten 4 ranked opponents, but in trouble against a 5th. Overshot the pass. It's scooped up by Walker. Theory on the block to the free throw line. She's had double-figure points now in their last 4 games. 19 tonight for Taylor Theory. Make it 20.
It's like, do you want to take the ball out of the hands of Caitlin Clark, or do you want her to be the decision maker when she gets down in scoring territory?
Yeah, because it's either her scoring the bucket or she's facilitating her teammates, specifically Monika Czinano. They've combined for 15 points in the first quarter, 11 in the second, just 9 in the third quarter, and that's when Ohio State was able to make its run.
Now, Iowa went to the triangle and 2. Just made it really difficult when Ohio State not knocking down threes. That's a problem.
Caitlin Clark.
Timeout, Iowa, 30-second timeout.
Great job.
I did not even use the calculator.
That was that Vanderbilt education.
Thank you very much.
Again, 1 rebound away for Caitlin Clark from what would be her 8th career triple-double. It's a 10-point lead for Iowa.
Iowa just gets it across in time.
When do you start fouling if you're Ohio State?
I would say you start now. You want to extend, but as well as Iowa shoots the ball, I would start bringing double teams, trying to get steals, and then go score quick.
That was Ebony Walker. McMahon, she never had possession. It's deflected in the hands of Mike Sell.
I think this is too where Kevin McGuff really misses J.C. Sheldon, the brains on the court.
Baseball pass down the floor to Martin.
1 minute to play
So
in the
now
game. 1
Ohio
minute
State
to
has
play.
got to foul. A lot of clock. If you want to extend the game, have as many possessions as possible.
7 for 8 tonight for the charity stripe for Clark. Still looking for one more rebound for that triple-double.
You don't have many to choose from to foul if you're Ohio State with the free throw percentages Iowa has.
Mike Sell has to get up the shot. Quickly rolls out into the hands of Caitlin Clark. That is her rebound. That is her triple-double.
Got a foul. I don't care who has the basketball. The clock is ticking. They've been on a really good streak before that Michigan State game. It's her 8th triple-double.
3rd this season.
But against Michigan State, all score not. Czinano got in foul trouble. They weren't making their threes, Iowa. It was a wake-up call.
Meixel hits.
A few seconds left, so anything can happen. So don't go anywhere.
Clark gives it up. Iowa trying to burn as much clock as possible. You told me to go ahead and then you
I'm
won.
sorry. Martin shoots 81%. You've got Caitlin Clark. She shoots 83% from the free throw line.
Trying to get Meixel an open look again. Ricky Harris underneath. Iowa calls timeout. And Clark can just hold it.